For years, I thrived in the high-pressure business world, but the workaholic life finally caught up with me. I was 35, very overweight, in chronic pain with severe mobility issues, terrible diet, no exercise. My health was a complete wreck. Then I went to a gentle yoga class and felt truly relaxed. The stress just melted away. I went from a size 18 to a size 8. I stopped getting sick. Pain disappeared. I learned to open my heart and I felt happy for the first time in years. So I said goodbye to the business world and started teaching. Yoga doesn't have to be strenuous. The easiest movements can trigger major release of chronic symptoms, no matter your age.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hello, I'm Deborah Devine, and welcome to Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems. And yes, that was me in the cartoon. I was in terrible shape before learning about gentle yoga, and one of my biggest problems was getting sick all the time. My immune system was shot because of stress, lack of sleep, bad diet. Good digestion is a key to a strong immune system, and this is why Zoomers can become susceptible to illness. Our digestive systems are slowing down, and we can develop bacterial imbalances in our intestinal flora. This makes it hard to fight off the flu and colds. Let yoga be your secret weapon to calm your heart, reset your nervous system, and soothe your mind. Flu recovery is an uphill battle with symptoms that come and go. Yoga helps alleviate achiness, breathing issues, fatigue, and mental fogginess. These healing yoga tips are your prescription to ease excess mucus, improve breathing, and soothe your achy body. So let's begin. We're going to come down into Viparita Karani using our chair, a sofa, a wall if you have it available. We'll come down and get our legs set up so that we can take our ankles onto the tops of the chair back. And then we're just going to circle the ankles around a little bit, maybe one ankle at a time. And we're starting to release energy out of the legs. When we want to get nice, strong legs, we begin by releasing tension and allowing there to be space for those muscles to be worked. We're loosening up the ligaments and the tendons. Now we're going to try another variation of Viparita Karani. We'll take the legs out to the corners of the chair back, and then we'll just shake the legs a little bit. Just shaking the legs a little bit. Let the breaths ground you, especially through the heads of the femurs into the hip sockets. There's a wonderful sense of releasing all of the muscles and all of the connective tissue here with these very gentle movements. Now we'll come into another variation of Viparita Karani. We'll take the soles of the feet together and let them rest on the chair seat. And we let the upper legs externally rotate, and then you can rock your pelvis from side to side, which is going to help create a little bit more movement into the hip sockets. Or you can butterfly the legs back and forth this way. Use the breath to move awareness and prana, life force, and vitality into any areas that seem to be troublesome. If you're experiencing discomfort, of course, at any time during our practice today, just back off and do a little bit less. Now, let's come back up to the first variation of Viparita Karani, A, legs long. And then we'll spread the toes and press the heels up to the sky. We're loosening up the back of the legs here. Loosening up the hamstrings and the calves and the Achilles tendons. It can get really tight. And then again, we'll take our ankles over to the corners of the chair and just let go of the legs in very gentle movements here. Use the breath to move energy down. Apana is this downward flowing pranic wind that is really helpful when we have tension and gripping in certain parts of the hips or the legs. It's great to use the breath to bring that down. Now, one more time with C, Viparita Karani C. The soles of the feet come together, and then we can butterfly the legs or rock the pelvis back and forth. We get this really wonderful sense of releasing synovial fluid deep in the hips, so that movement becomes easier, more fluid. All right, now let's go for a modified pigeon pose on the chair. We'll take the left leg and we'll just let it rest on the chair seat. And then the right foot and the ankle are going to come around and rest on the left knee. Now use your judgment about where you would like to have your foot, your leg resting on the chair. The idea is to get this external rotation happening with the upper leg bone so that we can get deep into the hip rotators and the glutes. So we'll just rock back and forth a few times, loosening and limbering things up, using the breath to breathe light and spaciousness into any areas that are causing a little bit of discomfort, maybe a little bit of tension you find there. Then we'll come back to center and we'll switch over to the opposite side. Now this might be a little bit different because we typically have imbalances. The left side, and the right side, one side might be a little bit more dominant than the other. Maybe there's an old injury you want to just be careful with. So again, just this rocking back and forth and exploring where the best place for your legs to be on the chair back. So let's move into Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. We can have a seat on a chair or a bolster. And if you sit on the edge of your seat and have your feet directly underneath your knees, you can have your knees spread apart a little bit to give you more stability, better foundation. And then you can allow your front spine to open up and lift. Take the shoulder blades down the back and broaden through the collarbones. Now, we'll take the right hand, we'll take the index finger and move it in toward the palm. We take the middle finger and move it in toward the palm. And then we take the pinky finger and we bring it right up close to the ring finger. The thumb comes out and then we have these little pinchers right here. So the ring finger pad is going to come onto the left nostril right underneath the bone. And the pad of the thumb is going to come onto the right nostril right underneath the bone. It's a very light pressure. And Nadi Shodhana is about closing off one nostril, exhaling, and then inhaling, and then closing off that nostril, opening up the other nostril, and exhaling and inhaling. All right, we begin on the right with an exhalation. So just pressing gently on the left side of the nostril, exhale. Inhale through the right nostril, and then switch sides. Take the ring finger off the left nostril with the thumb on the right, exhale. Inhale. Switch over. Nadi Shodhana is an excellent pose to help us balance the heating and cooling aspects of our nervous system. According to yoga, we have two sets of nadis. These nadis are nerve channels or energy channels, and one of them is like the heating part of our nervous system, and the other one is the cooling part. So we'd like to just balance both of these energies so that we can come into more balance with the heat and the coolness of the rest of the body. All right, now we can take our hands down, rest the hands on the thighs, and just breathe naturally for a few moments. It doesn't take too many repetitions of the alternate nostril breath to find out that not only are we balancing our heating and cooling in our bodies, but we're also balancing the mind. We're calming the mind. Now we're coming down into Savasana. So we have a bolster supporting the back, a blanket supporting the neck and the shoulders, and we have the other bolster supporting the knees. You can use a rolled up blanket, rolled up towels for all of this. Now we'd like the bolster that's supporting the back to come right up to the buttocks. And that way our low back is going to be supported. And then we use our arms to help us come down. Again, protecting our low back. Take the hips and move the hips away from the short edge of the bolster supporting your low back. Make sure that the bolster supporting your knees is in a comfortable place and extend the legs long. Shake them out. Let the legs just flop out to the sides and let the heels rest on the ground. And surrender completely here. Close your eyes and feel yourself getting wider and flatter with every breath cycle. Long, slow, smooth in-breath into the arms the shoulders, the heart, the lungs. Breathing in light and spaciousness. And exhaling tension. Exhaling holding. Take a long, slow, smooth in-breath into the belly. The organs of reproduction and creativity. Of digestion and transformation. The core. Exhaling tension. Exhaling holding. Take another long, slow, smooth in-breath into the entire body, breathing in light and spaciousness and exhaling tension, exhaling holding. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay up to date on all the latest videos. And let me know in the comments section below what other kind of videos you'd like to see.